Good morning, friends. Yeah, it is Monday, December 4th. My hair is kind of doing some weird fly thing. My hair is done. My basic general everyday makeup is on. I don't dress like the blue princess on a regular. We need some lip gloss, but that'll happen as I leave. I have my coffee this morning. It's lovely. And yeah, just a basic day today. Going to work. Got up. We hung out with the dog. I'm going to go to work, do some data entry stuff, come home. My mother might be coming over to meet this little terrorizer that's running around here. And I think it's Monday Night Football. So, while it's Monday Night Football's on, we could probably decorate the tree. And that is it that's on my list for today. So I might actually throw in for you guys my TBR on one of the vlog days here coming up right away. What I read in November on a different vlog day coming up right away, and the books I acquired in November. This way it's just like spices up the days that are a little more boring, especially during the week because I don't do anything besides work and then come here. And then this week, probably some cookie baking will occur because I need to get that started. I'm behind on those items. So that's it for right now. I'm going to go get ready and maybe get a coffee on my way to work.
I'm waiting for you to come back to me. I'm hoping you'll make it home early. The scene is all set for the evening. If Santa came now, well, he'd never be leaving. The children are wearing their best clothes, their faces pressed up to the windows. We're waiting for you to come home to us so we can all celebrate Christmas. And when you knock on that door, the echo will be in my heart. Oh, we can all feel the excitement. Let the joy begin and the good times start. It's a perfect Christmas every year when you're here. It's a perfect Christmas and a happy New Year. The snow is still falling down outside, and everything out there has turned white. It's like all the hope that we're feeling has covered the world and started it healing. And we should give thanks for the good things and not take for granted our gold rings. When I see the children still waiting, I know that this life is amazing. And when you knock on that door, the echo will be in my heart. Oh, we can all feel the excitement. Let the joy begin and the good times start. It's a perfect Christmas every year when you're here. It's a perfect Christmas and a happy New Year.
Hello, friends. I'm back at home. Monday went interestingly. Work was interesting, so never a dull day. There's always something new that pops up. Yeah, I made some celebration squares. I'm so excited. Kim, my friend Kim on BookTube here at Bookshelf Bunny found me. I don't think I enunciated that properly. Bookshelf Bunny found me the Jet Puff fruit miniature marshmallows, which I've been searching for everywhere, and I don't know where they went this year. It's like the sugar famine, Canadian sugar famine happened, and miniature marshmallows also disappeared. But we found some. I made 2 batches of celebration squares. I still have enough ingredients left to make another 1 or 2 batches, so I will be likely doing at least 1 more batch. I cut them up and they go with my Christmas cookies that I take with me places. And that's what I use them all for. They are also very delicious. So there's 2 times I remember when I was younger getting celebration squares. It was Christmas time and unfortunately like funerals because they'd have them on the like dainty square plate. But and it's kind of a morbid time to get celebration squares, but they're delicious. So what can I say? But that's the only time I think I like actually remember getting them at Christmas and unfortunately funerals, but also funerals also had really good sandwiches. So you had squares and sandwiches. It was a really unfortunate reason for being there, but we were enjoying the celebration squares. I decided that just to spice up the weekdays, since there's not a lot going on during the week, sometimes I'll throw in things like a book review kind of thing. So today I'm going to tell you about some books that I read in November. I read more than 2 books, but to be honest, you guys, I cannot for the life of me remember which ones they were. Because I didn't write them down, and a couple of them I listened to on audiobook, and they have since gone back to the library. So that's unfortunate for me. And yeah, so I had that going for me. But I have 2 that I know I read, and I can tell you about them. So the first one is Shoe Addicts Anonymous, like Christmas, or I think is what it's called, by Beth Harbison. Shoe Addicts Anonymous, you guys, it was just a weird book that I picked up way back in the day. And I actually really liked it. It sparked some joy in me, and just the characters were fantastic. Like one of the main characters is like a phone erotic phone operator. So people pay and they call her and she discusses dirty topics with them. But she's like not what you'd think she is. She like plays a role, but she's totally different on the other end of the phone. And then she also is a shoe addict. And so she makes a group of ladies who are also shoe addicts who have the same or similar size feet as her. And they just get together like once a month and they bring some of their shoes and then they swap shoes with each other for the month so they can try out different high-end shoes. And yeah, that's like their claim to fame, and they all have different personalities, backgrounds, stuff going on. It's pretty awesome. It's a really good book, actually, surprisingly really good book. Very light read, so if you're looking for something light, that's a good one. But this is their Christmas book. And it's not even really focused on the group, which I was expecting it to be about those ladies. My coffee's over here. Hang on a second. I was expecting it to be more about those ladies and their personalities and stuff like around Christmas, but it was not. And it was kind of almost a little bit of a letdown. That's nice. Christmas mug. It was almost a little bit of a letdown for me because what I was expecting was to get more of these characters, and what I got was someone totally different, who basically is locked in a department store overnight because of a snowstorm, and she doesn't really take a lot of liberties or allow herself to have a lot of fun. She just plays things really safe, and then she's potentially missing out on life experiences. So it's like about her locked in the store, and she runs into this lady who's also locked in the store with her that she didn't know existed, and they go through this thing of trying on different shoes while they're locked in there, and they bring back different memories from her childhood and potentially even alternate endings for her story if she had gone with a different option that she didn't take. So that is interesting. I did like it. It was a good story. It was great for Christmas. It was very like Christmassy, almost like Christmas Carol-y, but with a twist. This is what would have happened if you would have done this. So it was good. It just wasn't what I was thinking I was getting. So all in all, a rating for that one, light, fluffy, good Christmas vibes, good Christmas read. I gave it like a 3. 3.5. I've read better Christmas books, but also it was just a good, light and fluffy book. The other book I can talk to you guys about is one that had me just dying inside. My heart you guys. Oh, I read, and I'm trying to cry just thinking about it. Um, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing by Matthew Perry. I wasn't expecting what I got out of this book when I went into it. Did I like Matthew Perry? Yes. Did I enjoy Friends? Grew up on it. uh, it was just such a great show. And this isn't even about that. It does touch on his friendships and his life and acting, and his parents, because he's a dual citizen, in case you didn't know, Canadian and American. Um, his mom, I believe, worked for Pierre Trudeau and was one of his, like, media influency kind of people back in the day. And his father was like an actor from the United States. So huge, huge difference. I did not know that background, so that's really cool. But the struggles he had throughout his whole life with addictions was devastating. And the sad part of this book is it's his memoir. And he wrote this like well before he passed away recently. And you hear about how he struggles through and gets past all of these addictions just like one at a time and just keeps fighting them if they come back. And it is heart-wrenching. And then at the end, you're hearing about how he's like, yeah, and I'm not going back to that. This is the last thing I have to kick, and then I'd be fine. Like, he was basically for dead, like, multiple times. They're just like, you know what, you're gonna die if you don't do this. Like, it's not of like, you might. It's a no, you are, and here's when. And so he was like, no, curbing that. Can't do that anymore. Nope, off of this. So, yeah. And then you hear about how much he realizes that he loves some of his friends, and like his assistant that's turned into his friend, and she is like one of his rocks in his life, because he's never really been able to lock in a love with someone. He's had them, he knows he has, but when it gets to the point where you're like, okay, now's the time, we are ready to make that step, I'm ready to make the step, and then he goes to like propose or suggest to be with this person forever, and he freezes and starts making jokes and then ruins the moment, and nothing happens. So he just doesn't believe that he himself deserves happiness, and that's really sad. And then it's really sad to see him be ready for the complete overhaul and change, because, you know, like, this is it. This is the last thing I have to do before I'm fixed. I fix myself. This is it. And at the end of the book, he's so full of hope for the future and what he's gonna do. And it's sad because then you know the ending of the story. You wish it was that he got over this and that everything was great, and it was for a little bit, but then I guess there's just too much damage that his body couldn't handle it, which is why he recently passed away. Not drug induced, just the end, I guess. And that's sad, because you're like, he tried so hard to break everything, and he finally did, and he has a chance at happiness, and he's not going to waste it. He's going to go do what he wants to do and be who he wants to be and help people, and it was just cut so short. And that's more heartbreaking than his story of breaking the addiction cycle, is knowing the real ending of the story. But well written. Oh my gosh, so good. I know the audiobook, I believe, if you can get it, is narrated by him. So if you can bear to listen to his voice telling you his story and like hearing his glimmers of hope in there, cool, all the power to you. But man, that would be hard to listen to now, knowing how the life story of Matthew Perry has ended. It's just awful. It's just so sad. It adds an extra little bit of salt to that wound. And ouch. I don't usually rate memoirs because it's people's lives and their opinions and feelings and thoughts. But I can tell you right now that if I did rate this, it would be a 5 out of 5. He is so vulnerable and honest. It is a phenomenal book. So that's it. Those are the 2 books that I read in November that I can talk to you about, because the other ones I don't remember what they were, and there are 2 other ones, and I literally cannot remember them for the life of me. I even went back through my history trying to figure out what they were. So, sorry about that. But 4 books, 2 that I remember that I can talk about, is a big step up from October where I read nothing. Like 2 partial books. So, I take this as a win and a victory for me, and that's all I have to say about my reading for the month of November. Outside of that, I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to watch some football with my husband. Maybe do a little bit of reading because I have some books that I would love to get to in November, and it's time to start now. As an update, I did start Legends and Lattes. Oh my gosh, it's fantastic. It just gives me the cozy vibes. But I think I got to put it on hold for just a little bit and get some Christmas reading in. Or I might dabble on it in between. And I also have this book over here, which is Lesson in Chemistry, that I just started, and I'm loving this main character. But I kind of think it's going to have to wait too, because I'm in the Christmas season and I'm in the Christmas mood, so I need some more Christmas reads. So, on that note, that is it for the vlog for today. Thank you so much for watching. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe if you like this video, and I will see you guys soon with another video. You want to sign off, Milo? Very stoic. Very well said. See you guys tomorrow for another day of vlog / Bookmas.